What is good? You probably just saw me get cut off by my iPad's inability to hold any more storage. So, to get back to what I was saying, I corrected earlier that this is actually the 134 DailyXander, and I just arrived in Oklahoma City, and right now I'm camped out in a corner in the baggage claim area that's open 24/7, and hardly any activity right now, as you can see. Nice and quiet. Low key. I'm just actually waiting for my phone to charge. My phone's been dead for probably about the past 3 or 4 hours. It was essentially on 1%, so I wasn't able to film as much. I got a little filming done with my iPad, but then I ran into the issue of running out of space because right now on my iPad I have the previous DailyXander 133 and also 134, and 134 is almost about to be up and going into 135, but regardless, I got time to get it all figured out. Looking forward to the next day and a half essentially in Oklahoma City, and just even the airport in general just allows me to get caught up on some work. Looking forward to meeting Mr. Pena, picking his brain, or him picking my brain, or him just crushing my brain, put it that way. It'll be a humbling experience, that is for sure. Enjoyed the interactions I have with passengers on my travels. First one being Uber driver earlier this afternoon. Pretty much almost a 50-minute drive from my apartment to the airport in Orlando. Just chatting with her. And mainly just talking about her day-to-day life. So it's always interesting to do that with somebody. Good skill for sure. And then the next long interaction I had with somebody was on my flight. I was actually exiting the flight once I landed in Dallas, and just talking to the lady I was sitting next to. She's a local, and we just briefly chatted, and yeah, it was interesting. And then on this past flight, going from Dallas to Oklahoma City, talking to a man a little longer, and he's actually a local resident in Oklahoma City, and he's lived here his entire life. And first thing I brought up was actually if he's heard about the tarantula migration, and he hadn't. So I should probably look into it before I keep bringing it about. But hey, I'm probably just going to keep bringing it about until somebody flat out says, no, that's a pretty far out and outlandish thing to say. So I'm going to keep asking though. And it was cool when we were flying over Oklahoma City downtown area. He just kind of pointed out some of the buildings. They have this one really tall building that just sticks out over all the other large skyscrapers. It's about a 52-story building. I forget the energy company. He told me, I want to call it DuPont, but DuPont's the name of the famous billionaire tycoon, owner of the DuPont drugs or whatever. Anyways, DuPont, the guy who had that facility in Pennsylvania that was training the Olympic wrestlers and then ended up shooting one of them. But it's not that. It's some other it's another company. Energy company, starts with a D. But they have a 52-story skyscraper, and then the next tallest building is like in the 30s. So it substantially sticks out. It's actually in the center of downtown, and when you fly over, it seems like just like the center of the city is based off this large building. So that was kind of cool to see. And then he was also telling me, just the past couple of years, there's a Ferris wheel near downtown, and it's the same Ferris wheel that was on the Santa Monica Pier. So the Santa Monica Pier is famous for the amusement attractions they have on the pier for rides and stuff. And I guess for whatever reason, a group, buyers or whatever the case, brought out that Ferris wheel all the way to Oklahoma City. So it was kind of fun fact he provided, so it was neat. Always enjoy just picking up little tidbits of information from people traveling wise. And yeah, can always start off with small talk, and it can stay small talk, or it could start out small talk and get somewhat deep. So always interesting. Not saying interactions I had today were deep, but definitely interesting for sure. So yeah, this will conclude my Daily Xander number 134. Very enjoyable day. Went to work, ran back from work to apartment to get ready. Real easy transition for me to get ready. Just cleaned up, shaved a little bit, and then all I had to do for packing, just make sure my suit was all squared away, and then put a pair of shorts in my backpack, a pair of underwear, a hoodie, and that's it. Going golfing right when I get back into Orlando from the airport to the golf course. How about that? Planned everything out. I got this down, lickety split. Unfortunately, tonight I am probably going to eat some crappy vending machine food. I'm going to subsidize it by doing some more handstand push-ups. Probably do handstand push-ups on the wall. And I imagine, though, camera, there's no... Yeah, I could do a handstand push-up on the wall over there. So there's a camera behind the wall, but there's no camera in front. So if I do a handstand push-up on the wall, nobody will see me. So I can get away with it. But yeah, pretty stoked. I wrote out this long list of to-do stuff when I was on the plane. I was already doing some of it, but I'm going to continue doing that. And looking forward to it. I really enjoy traveling, that's for sure. Even when you don't have the funds necessarily to, in my situation, I can't afford staying in a hotel. I could put money towards a hotel right now, but I'm trying to save that money towards right now when I go to Ultra, Miami. And then from there, after I get done with Miami, I got to start saving for my Europe trip. So just makes me appreciative and grateful when you have obviously tools and resources that allow you to live a little more comfortably, but at the same time it forces you to be creative. And right now I'm being creative. I'm staying in an airport. You ever see that movie? It's not called The Terminal. The one with the one with Tom Hanks, and he's from the country of Krakosia, a made-up fictional country, and he stays in JFK Airport for I don't know how long because the country he wants to go back to is actually in a state of war, so he's unable to go back to it. So he watches how his country plays out from being in an airport, and I'm only going to be here for like a day and a half, so nowhere in comparisons, but it just reminds me of that. Maybe is it called The Terminal? It might be. You could just call it The Terminal. Terminal? That's something, I don't know. I'm going to go to the mall after my meeting with Mr. Pena sometime. I'm going to hit up Lush, and hopefully they got the charcoal black tablets, like I told you. They're hot and in demand. I feel like right now, because there's no really distractions right now, and I'm sedentary right now with my thoughts, not moving around, it's a lot easier to focus and get some free-flowing thoughts. So I say, probably helps when you're in an environment where you're sitting down. There's really not much distractions to take away from your current, in the present thoughts that you want to share and talk about and elaborate. So I'm feeling good right now. Past couple days, past week or two, do Daily Xanders, and my thoughts are just like, ugh, they're very sticky, they're very muddy, it's not a smooth surface, not a smooth transition for those thoughts to persist. I found that interesting when I showed that sign of you'll need a different form of identification if you have a driver license from these states. And if I remember right, most of those states were just the Midwest. So I don't know what's up with that, but that was pretty interesting. I'm not probably going to look into it anytime soon why that's the case, but whoever's watching, please let me know why that's the case, because I am curious. One thing I learned today when I was with the Uber driver, she told me that Mr. Trump was in the area again of Central Florida. Didn't know that. Out of the loop. But literally the first thing we talked about was about traffic, and she was saying, oh, hopefully we'll miss all the traffic for Trump or something like that, and I guess he left a couple hours or an hour prior to getting on the congested I-4 in Central Florida. But interesting nonetheless. It's crazy to think I just traveled in a span of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 hours, 6 or 7 hours, depending if you go back an hour, since I'm on Central Time now. Going from Orlando, Florida, to Dallas, to Oklahoma City. So I was just in 3 cities in a span of 7 hours in 3 different states. It's always cool. It's crazy to think, though, when I just earlier just introduced this idea, is I forget what it's called, but Elon Musk. I think it's called the hyper. Nah, I'm not even gonna guess. But it's a form of technology where they use magnets and high-speed rail transportation, and essentially it can get you in a matter of maybe minutes or hours from like one side of the country to the other. So like you go from Los Angeles to New York in, I don't think it's a couple minutes, maybe an hour. I could be totally wrong though, but nonetheless, it's fast and it's almost instantaneous transportation. I don't understand it. Stuff goes completely over my head, but look into it somehow. I didn't really provide any terms whatsoever, but I know it involved Elon Musk or some other type of futurist or society revolutionary go-getter out there that wants to do something like that. But it was really cool, and yeah, that's what I just thought of all of a second on the spot. Anyways, I am maxing out this DailyXander number 134. It's all in different parts at the moment, or it's coming to you in different parts, which is okay. Definitely okay. On that note, I'm going to bid you adieu and look forward to watching 135, as I'm sure it'll show you a little bit of what I do in the baggage claim area overnight. Heck, I'll probably even show you how I'm sleeping. Why not? I got time to kill, but I also got things to do. So, yeah. Keep on enjoying. Peace, love, unity, and respect. Catch you in the next installment. As always, keep it pithy, keep it classy, keep it smiling, keep it enjoyable. Peace.